Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. We are talking about Power BI service. As part of that, today we're going to discuss about next topic. It's very interesting topic. It is how to create a dashboard, right? If you wanted to create a dashboard, what is that you wanted to have? And where we can create a dashboard. So all these things are important. So what normally we do is that we extract the data from different data sources. Then we clean the data. We perform ETL operations. Then what we do the data modeling. So after that, you do the Power Query and data modeling and create a DAX, then what you create? You create not the report, you create what is called as a data set. Okay? You create what is called as a data set. So the data set is going to go there. So after creating, let me give you, after creating ETLs and you give the data to the data model. From here, we never create a report directly. We take the complete ETL and after the modeling and creating DAX, all the data sets are going to be deployed directly to where? Directly to the Power BI service. What is Power BI service? Which is a rental Azure cloud server. Clear? So we are going to be creating the or storing the data set here. So this is where I'm going to be storing the data set. We can create multiple data sets. Now after that, so if you have, let us say, 5 developers, 2 developers are ready to create a data set, work on the data set. Remaining 3 developers are ready to work on the reports. Clear? So once you create a data set, means you're good in ETL, you're good in DAX. People who are good in ETL and DAX, they can create a data set. So you can get the data from flat file, Excel, Oracle, SQL Server, anywhere. You deploy the data set. Later, we get the data set and we create what is called as a report. And the report has to be again deployed to the Power BI service. Clear? We never ever create data sets continuously. We always work on the data set. Data set creation will take a lot of time because you have to read the data, clean the data, understand the data, and doing a lot of removing the error data, replacing the blank values with the new values, merging the data, and checking the quality of the data, creating relationships one to one, one to many, many to many. And after that, you have to create a new information with the help of a DAX queries. Then you have to, deploy the data set to where? To the Power BI service. Then later what we do, we get the data and we're going to be creating multiple reports. Clear? So one more thing also I have told you, we have lot of data. If you have a lot of data, for example, I have some 40 GB of data, and in the 40 GB of data I have to create 100 reports. Now can I take 40 GB of data, create a single data set? The answer is no. Why? Because Power BI can accommodate maximum 10 GB of data. So what should I do? So this 40 GB of data may have, let us say, some 70 tables are there. Okay. And on the 70 tables, you have to create 100 reports. So what normally we do, we have to, distribute this data into 10 GB of data, 10 GB where you have 20 tables. Clear? You have to take those 20 tables and create a data set and you deploy it. On that, you're going to be creating some 30 reports here. So this is one data set. Data set 1 is going to be having this much of a things. 10 GB of data maximum. In that 20 tables we are taking and 30 reports we are creating. Like that, you have to distribute the data like this. Data set 2 you have to create. In that you take 10 GB of data, or you may be having 36 GB of data. Okay, 10 GB, 10 GB. You may take here 25 tables, 20, 25, 45 tables, you may create some, 45 reports here or 40 reports there. Okay, data set 2. And like that, we are going to be taking data set 3. In the data set 3, you may take, so already 45 got over. So here we are going to be creating 35, and here so we have, let us say, another 20 tables are there, 20 reports. So 40, 20, 60, 90. So out of 100 we have achieved. So 10 GB, 10 GB, 10 GB, 30 GB. The last data set is going to be having 6 GB of data. Okay. So you have 20, 45, 45, 80. So then we have 100. So here 6 GB of data is going to come. That is data set number 4. And you have remaining 10 reports you can create. So totally how many data sets you create? Data set 1, data set 2, data set 3, data set 4. So on this, you need to create data set and deploy reports you can create later. You create a data set with these tables and deploy, and the remaining reports can be created by another developer. Clear? You create a data set 3. So these reports are maybe from, sales and marketing, right? And it may be production department who is going to be manufacturing the products. So this data belong to this. So data set 1 is under, sales data set. Data set 2 may be marketing data set. Marketing related data is available. So data set 3 may be having a production. Production means manufacturing unit, right? So they have how many products got manufactured each day, what is the material we have consumed, lot of data you have it, and in which go down, and what is the stock inventory, blah blah blah. It may be HR data. Like that, we are going to be taking one company's data. So this is a, think about a company called any company. Think about a company called a car, Benz car, or it may be a company called some other car. So Ford car. So we are getting lot of data, and all the data we cannot keep directly into a single, data set. Why? Because 10 GB maximum we can accommodate as part of our Power Pivot model. So not more than that. Okay. So we can maximum have how much of data? 10 GB of data, not. Okay. How will check the data set size? I told you yesterday also, Ramya. So how to check the data set size? Checking the data set means you need to create a first report. After creating a report, what we do? We need to save the file, right? After saving the file, you come to know what is the size, right? For example, I will create today one more data set. We need to save the file. After saving the file, you have to go and check what is the data set size here. Adventure Work Sales data set created, and the size is 1297, because PBIX file is going to be having a data plus visualizations. But whenever you create a data set, it does not have any visualization, purely size of this data set. Have you seen this? What is the size? 1297 KB. Clear? So how to check the data set size means you need to create a PBIX file, and you need to save this before deploying it. Today we also create a data set, right? So let me quickly go and create a data set. So we can create multiple data sets from multiple tables, and we will know what is the size of the data set. So data set is going to be created where? In the Power BI desktop only. Okay. So I'm going to be creating one more data set today. So let me go to transform data. Let me go to transform data. I'm creating a new data set today, right? So I wanted to go to new source and take Excel workbook, and I wanted to take employee file and create some data, right? I want to create some data, create some data set. So to create a data set, you need to have the data sources. So I wanted to take department table, employee table, only these two. And after that, normally what we do, we can perform lot of, power query operations. If you wanted to clean the data or if you wanted to do something else, you should be able to perform lot of operations. So I don't want to perform any extra operations. Everything is cleaned data. I have it. So what I do? I don't want to have it, but everything is properly aligned. So I have, data types are properly have, been assigned. Then we had so do we have any wrong gender we have? If I have a wrong gender, I wanted to remove, I would like to take male and female data. I applied. I don't want to take, wrong data. I applied one more filter. So all the data is now cleaned data. I want to, take this. I have applied some transformation filtered rows. So you can rename this if you wanted to rename. So you have taken only pure, gender filter on gender. Okay. So done. Then close and apply. What I'm creating? I'm creating what is called as a data set now. Right? I'm going to be creating a data set. I have only two tables in this. Right? So I wanted to create this. Now created. Now, if you wanted to have some more tables, okay. So if you wanted to remove null values, that is also you can remove Varalakshmi. So based on the requirement, you remove, replace lot of things. Okay. So you need to have clear cut requirements. I wanted to have some more tables as well. I wanted to use new source and getting some data from iBank. So let me use SQL Server and I wanted to get the data from dot and database name is iBank. Okay. So in the single project, I'm going to be including some of the data coming from where? Some of the data coming from Excel, some of the data coming from iBank. So what are the tables I wanted to use? So you have a lot many tables in this, but I wanted to, if you wanted to get a view, you should be able to click this. If you wanted to get the table, you should be able to get the table. If you want to get the functions, you should be able to get it. If you wanted to write a query, you can write a query. If you wanted to get the data from the stored procedure, you should be able to get it. Now I'm going to be using table account master. I would like to have branch master. Some tables I'm simply using it. I wanted to have some uh, okay, regional master. I would like to have this table, transaction master. Okay, so this is a requirement. So what to take, what not to take, it is not developer choice. Everything clearly documented. You have to create a report based on this. Okay, so the documentation called a designing documentation will tell you what kind of reports they need, what is the look and feel of the report, and what is the tables that you need to use, everything. So I'm getting account master data, branch master data, regional master data, and a lot of other data. I'm going to be having it. So this data, I wanted to use it. So account master, let me rename this as a customer master, something like this if you wanted to. So this is what is called branch data. All branch data is available there. Then this is what is called, regions master. So regional data, region data is available here. So this is what is called transactional data. Okay. So this can say transactional data. Okay. So transactions, TXN, something like this I wanted to create. Now I rename it this. I think everything is properly done. And this data I'm getting from where? From the from where I'm able to get this data? From the Excel sheet. How do you know? If you wanted to know, simply go to view menu, go to dependent queries. When you go here, you should be able to clearly get from where you're able to get what data. It is clearly telling me these two tables I'm able to get from where? From XLSX. Which tables? Department table, employee table, customer table, branch table. You are able to get from where? SQL Server dot iBank. Clear? So you should be able to get the data from here. So what is the question? Monica is asking, sir, in real time also we can rename the tables. Yes, we need to make user-friendly tables. Okay, table names are user-friendly because they don't understand when you say a master. A master you may understand, but what do you mean a master? So I'm getting this table data. So there is a master. What do you mean by a master? That you can understand. It is a customer's table. It is a branch table, which is a T master transactional table. Always you need to have user-friendly names. So it is important task whenever you create a report or whenever you create a model, you have to rename. So that is compulsorily you must follow. So that is fine. Okay. So compulsorily they will give you friendly names. There is a topic called friendly names. What is a friendly name? Friendly name means anybody can easily understand. Now, if you wanted to see from where you're getting what, you can go to individual tables, you can go to the source. You can go to next table, you can go to the source, you will come to know you're getting from Excel. But instead of going like that, you better go to view menu and go to query dependencies. Everything you should be able to get from which table, from where we should be able to get it. So this is what already we had seen it. Now simply go to home and close and apply. So I'm creating a data set. So what we need to do, always we discussed, always you have to create the data set first, right? So after creating a data set, so you may have 5 developers. Okay, what is your team size? What is your team size? According to us, team size, we are 5 developers are working. What developers? We are 5 BI developer, or we are 5 software engineers are working for this. And two guys are creating a data sets. Two guys are creating what? Data set. Now, so me and one more friend together, we are creating a 2 data sets. You assume that I am working on one data set and one more guy is also working on one more data set. You assume, clear? And remaining 3 people, remaining 3 developers, 2 developers are busy creating data set. Then after that, these guys have to create reports. Clear? So create a data set. Then what you need to give? You need to deploy the data set. Then after that, you have to give permissions permissions to other developers, right? So, for example, these 2 guys are, let us say, John and Peter are responsible for creating the data sets. So, other developers like Bhaskar is working on it. So, we have Lakshmi is working on it, and we have Salman is working on it, right? So, we have 3 developers who's working on these things. Clear? So, John and Peter will have the permission on the data set. But Bhaskar and Lakshmi, if they don't have the permissions on this data set, will they be able to create a reports on it? No. So, what you have to do, you have to create a data set and deploy it to where? Deploy it to PBA service. When you deploy, is it enough? Before deploying, what you need to create? You have to create a workspace there, right? You have to create a workspace in Power BI and deploy. So you have deployed a data set. After deploying, what you need to give? Permissions to the other developers. Who are the other developers? Bhaskar, Lakshmi, Salman supposed to get a permission so that these people, what they do? They can get the data set. Get the data set from where? Get the data set from Power BI service. Then they are going to create reports. Clear? So after creating a reports, what these people are going to be doing? After that, they also create a dashboard. Clear? So if you wanted to create a dashboard, what all we need to have? We have to have the data sources, and using the data source, you clean the data, you put lot of decks and everything, and you create a data set. Clear? You apply ETL, DAX, blah, blah, blah. ETL to clean the data, merge the data. Then we are going to be creating what? DAX. What is the 500 users? 500 users are not the developers. Can we give permission to All the things means it cannot be, right? It cannot be. So we are not talking about permission to the users, Pooja. We're talking about permission to developers. Developers cannot give permission to users. Developer only creators. Try to understand. Clear? So we are not talking about end users. End users will come into existence later. I'm talking about developers. Developers will not be this, and developers will have only uh, not 500, 5 to 10 developers maximum. So how to give permission to the end users, that we'll discuss later. Okay. So now I'm talking about the permissions for what? Permissions for the developers. You don't get thousands of developers. So 5, 10 people will be there. Clear? So data source, then you create ETL and X and you create a data set. After creating a data set, what we should do? We have to deploy. After that, we are going to be creating a reports. After the reports, we are going to be creating what? Dashboards. So data source and data set creation from here to here. So this step is called from here to here. The step is called data preparation. This step is what is called as a data preparation. So data preparation is very, very important. Okay. So data preparation. So this is what is very, very important. Once you do the data preparation, then after that, what you do? You are going to be working on the reports and dashboards. Data preparation is going to be done where? Data preparation is going to be done on the Power BI desktop. Okay. So the report creation also can be done on the PBI desktop only. So here we're going to be getting the data set data and we're going to create reports. But what about dashboard? Dashboards are not created in the this one. So dashboard is always created in the Power BI service only. You will not be able to go to your Power BI desktop. Desktop means this. Here, either we can create a data set like this, and we can do the modeling. So we can do the modeling and everything is done, right? So data modeling, so department table, employee table is neatly done it. Then you should be able to create a data modeling here. Then after that, if you wanted to create DAX formulas, you can apply. What is DAX? New measure, new measure, new column, new table, where we are going to be creating a DAX. Why DAX? DAX is going to be used to create a new information. Tax is going to be used to create a new information. Clear? So data modeling, you do it, that is relationship. Then you get the data and you clean the data, you do the data modeling, you do the DAX. Why DAX? Mean creating a new information. Then you should not create any reports. You should not create any reports. Your data set is ready, everything is ready. You have to deploy. So that is what I'm talking about. So creating a data set is data preparation. Data preparation is done just now that. So it may take data preparation only will take a lot of time to understand. You may take 4 to 5 months of time only to prepare the data set. Clear? So morning you come, evening you don't create a data set. It is not so simple because you have to create a lot of DAX queries. People who are good in a DAX, people who are good in understanding the business, understanding the data, understanding the, what kind of reports the company wanted to have. Based on that, we are going to be data set because if you don't have the proper data, you will not be able to create a proper reports tomorrow. Clear? So creating a data set is very, very crucial. Okay. Creating a data set is very, very important. To create a data set, what all you need to know, you have to clearly study existing data. What kind of a data you have to know. Then you need to study their business model or the business domain knowledge. Okay. You have to know what kind of a they're into, which kind of a domain they are into. You have to know at least. So as a developer, will you be able to understand everything now? You will not be able to understand. Seniors like me who have 10 plus years of experience, 15 plus years of experience, I worked on some sales domain, I worked on retail domain. Retail means Amazon, Flipkart, or Big Bazaar, all these are comes under retail or FMCG domains. So study the domain knowledge as well. Then I have to study if I, if I wanted to create a best data set, if I wanted to create a best data set, first I have to study existing data. I have to study domain knowledge. What is the domain they're having? I have to study existing reports. What kind of reports that they're using? The reports may be available everywhere. Report may be available in Excel sheets. Reports may be available in Power BI. Some reports may be available in SSRS, or some reports may be they're creating manually. So whatever they have, all the reports they need to study, and KPI reports. If we have some KPIs, or sometimes they will have some summary reports or management information reporting systems. So they'll have a lot of things. Clear? All the reports you need to study. Clear? And you also understand what is the future study, future, reporting requirements, reporting, or you can say future dashboard requirements. That is also you should know. They will tell you that, so we do not have, we cannot create this kind of a report now. I wanted to have that kind of a report. Clear? So you need to also ask them what kind of a reports you would like to tell me. They will give you some requirement. Requirement one is I need this. Requirement two, I wanted to have like this. I am not able to create, but I wanted to have this. The requirement number three, I would like to have like this, blah, blah, blah. So you need to also capture all the future report requirements. Because if you don't know the existing reports, and if you don't know what kind of a future, dashboards, future reports, or future KPIs they would like to create, then definitely you cannot create a best data set. Clear? For example, tomorrow they will say, this is my data. This is my data Bhaskar. You create very simple thing. Everything is fine. You tell me how many people have done the, weekend sales is more or weekday sales is more, or Christmas sales is more, or, Ramzan sales is more. So where is the Ramzan here? So there is no Ramzan, there is no Christmas in the data. If there is no Ramzan, there is no Christmas, then how they have a date, their transaction date you have. But in nowhere it is a Ramzan, it is a Christmas, it is a Dasara. Nowhere we are writing that. But the customer may tell me, I need weekday sales versus weekend sales report. I wanted to have it. I wanted to have midnight, sales versus morning sales. Do we have any midnight and midday? Not like that. But how do you create? So that is where we are going to be creating lot of DAX queries. Using this data, I wanted to verify based on the time whether it is a midnight or morning time. So based on this time, I should be able to get and change. If I have that, I have the time. So somewhere I have the time here. Have you seen this? Based on the time, I have to derive a new information. The new information will tell me whether it is a morning or night business. Clear? So that is the report they wanted to have, but they don't have the data. They have only the data of transactions. So using the transactions, you should be able to derive a new information. Clear? You can derive a new information. So using this column, we are going to be saying whether the transaction is happened in the morning or in the evening, because we have some time. So you have to create a lot of information and try to use that. Clear? But if you don't ask that today, so what is going to be happening? If it is going to be, if you don't ask the question today, they will not be able to tell you we need this kind of information. Then you create a data set and you deploy. Then after that, the manager comes and says, hey, Bhaskar, I need this. Sir, but you did not tell me. I have already created and deployed the data set. Now they say we need Ramzan sales versus Christmas sales, or Dasara sales versus Diwali sales. Something like this, I wanted to have it. So I cannot create. So metrics means fact. Metrics means what? I would like to see the metrics. Metrics means I'm talking about the numbers. So they wanted to see the numbers. What do you mean by numbers? Sales amount. What is the sales happened? So metrics means fact data. Fact is also called as a metric or a measure. So I wanted to see the metrics means I would like to see the facts. I would like to see what is the sales happened last summer, what is the sales happened current summer. They will say dashboard. They will say metrics. I would like to see the dashboard. I would like to see the metrics. I would like to see the KPIs. All these are, they wanted to refer to numerical data, metrics, measure, data analytics. Completely all these things are referring to what? What? Numerical data. Metrics means numerical data. Fact means numerical data. Data analysis means numerical data. So we cannot do any analysis on the string data. For example, my name is Bhaskar Jogi. I live in Bangalore. I live in US Dallas. So can you say something about it? You will not be able to understand anything. My name is Bhaskar Jogi. I'm doing a business. Per day I earn $10,000 million. So you're going to be, getting his metrics. Metrics is what? $10,000 billion. Metrics, fact, measure, all these are the numbers. Clear? So data analysis means always on the numbered data, not on the string data. Clear? So data analytics is going to be done on which data? Metrics data only. So data analytics, measure, fact, metrics all refer to what? It is a numerical data. Am I clear? So somebody asked, what do you mean by metrics, right? So that is the question. The answer is this. Clear? Yeah. Now, they wanted to understand future requirements. Based on these requirements, you have to create a data set. So data set where you're going to be cleaning the data, you're going to be formatting the data, you're going to be doing a lot of things. You're going to be doing a lot of things here. And later, we are going to be, deploying this. Okay. So DAX is a data analytical expressions that you're going to be learning to create a new information using the existing information. Clear? You create what? You create a data set, you create a report, then you create a lot of dashboards. Dashboards are always will give you high level information. Clear? Dashboards are going to be giving you high level information. Reports are always going to give you detailed information. So when you watch the news channel, so what they read, they say today's highlights are blah blah blah. So that is what is called dashboard. Then they are going to be going into detail. So using reports, we create a detailed reports. Then using the detailed, we are going to be creating high level of data. High level of data is important for the CEO. So if you create 100 reports, I cannot go to 100 reports, and if I create a 30 reports, so CEO wanted to have a single dashboard, or the sales manager, the sales head, I'm talking about sales head, he don't want to go to, these 30 reports, only one dashboard. Okay. Only one dashboard he wanted to see and understand what is going on. Clear? So you don't want to create 30 reports and give it to him. So we have 40 reports. So here marketing head, right? So there is a marketing head. He doesn't want to go to 30 reports and to get the complete information about it, right? So here we're going to be having one dashboard. Maximum you create one or two dashboards, not more than that. And a dashboard means always a single page. You cannot create, big page and no scrolls also. So it has to hit his eyes. That's it. So even though you have 40 reports data, you have to get it and create a single dashboard, probably single page. Okay. So here also you have to create a single page dashboard. Clear? You cannot have scrolling like this up to, like this. This is not a dashboard. Dashboard means a small place where you should be able to see a lot of information. The simple example is when you buy a car, when you're driving, there is a dashboard near to your seat, right? The dashboard can tell you whether the car lights are on or off. The dashboard can tell you whether door is opened or closed. The dashboard can tell you what is the speed of the car. The dashboard can tell you what is the temperature of the car in a car. The dashboard can tell you whether doors are opened or not. So dashboard can tell you a lot of things. Now tell me how the dashboard is created. All the information about the car is created and showing it to whom? To the driver. Clear? Who's driving the car? That guy can understand a lot of things by looking at the single dashboard. He can see the lights are on. The back seat, the left side window is opened, closed, door is opened, closed, or front end indicator is on, or front lights are on, back lights are on. So everything he can tell you, that light is on, this light is on, that is open, this is open. So temperature is this much, speed is this much, and the fuel is only this much. Everything it is going to show you. So that way the car manufacturing designer has created the dashboard. Clear? So he should not go to, he should not go to all doors and open. Doors are perfectly fine. Now let me write. So without going anywhere, the driver, without opening anywhere, he will see the dashboard. He will tell you the car, the door is not closed properly. Can you do that? This is not closed properly. Can you open that? This is on, that is on. How? He is not at all turning his head. So how come he is able to know? Because of dashboard. Clear? So dashboard probably a small set of information, but it is going to be giving you high level information. Clear? Speed of the car, fuel of the car, temperature in the car. So lot of things. Clear? Probably you should be able to create a single page, not a big page, and horizontally scrolling, vertically scrolling is not provided. So that is what is very, very important. Don't give any scrollings. If it is important, you give, this kind of a scrolling from top to bottom. You can come, but for not from left to right scrolling. So this kind of a left to right scrolling is always dangerous. So trying to create in a single page. Otherwise, you go in for the, you know, this kind of a scrolling from top to bottom scrolling. You can have it. So that is what is very, very important. Using 30 reports, we should be able to create a single dashboard. Don't create a multiple dashboards, and don't put all the detailed information into this. Clear? So you first create what? You first create a data preparation. Then after that, you create multiple reports. This is what is going to be having detail level information. Then we have to create high level information. Now, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to create one more data set now. Data set is almost ready. I don't have anything. I wanted to deploy. I would like to deploy this using one of the users. Okay. So I have given you a lot of user IDs, right? So we can deploy from user 1 to user 10. So you assume that these two guys are responsible for creating a data sets. These, you have a 10 developers. All these are called developers only, and two guys are responsible for creating data sets. Clear? And these 10 guys are, remaining 8 guys are responsible for creating a data sets, and plus they are going to be creating a dashboards. Clear? So if you wanted to create thousands of reports, and definitely creating a data set will take a lot of time, creating a report and dashboard will not take time. So much more time you have to have in this only. Clear? So more time is given for the data set creation. Clear? So creating a visualization is very, very simple. Anybody can create. Even though you're a 10th standard guy, you can create this. Where you are going to be lagging, creating a data set. If you don't know SQL, if you don't know DAX very well, definitely you will not be able to create. So that is what we're planning to have it. His name is James Cameron. His name is something else. In the real time, how to study that? You need to have good experience. Then you need to have, study means you need to collect all the sample reports and requirements. You'll have a lot of meetings. So you need to go to the client, set up the meetings and everything. So there is a separate process is handled to study blah, blah, blah. Clear? So as a 3.5, 4 years of guy, you will not be able to understand and do all these things. Seniors like us, we do lot of meetings with the client. We ask them to sample data. We ask them the, what kind of a knowledge they have. Okay. For example, I am good in healthcare, so I cannot go to retail and, do it. So we will get a healthcare domain person to understand the business. Clear? So Bhaskar is not going to work for this project because Bhaskar is having retail domain knowledge. So we have a Pooja. Pooja knows about healthcare. Healthcare means medical domain, right? So like that. So we are going to be bringing seniors, people who already worked on the healthcare domain. So they're going to be getting. So we need to have a lot of meetings and ask them sample reports and blah, blah, blah. So you need to interact with them. Only by meetings, you will be able to understand. Then you do the documentation and what kind of a requirements then you have it. So requirements again, the company have a lot of people, right? So requirements also not very simple. Company will have customers. Customers will have different reports. Company will have CEO. They need different reports. Company will have managers. Okay, managers needs different report. Company will have a clerk. Clerk need different report. Company will have officers. They have a lot of different reports. Company will have region level heads. They need different kind of a report, right? So requirement not from a single guy. You have to consult different roles in the company. It is not so easy collecting requirements. You cannot go. I'm just now joined an IT company. I will talk to you. So you cannot do this. So there is a professional team and who is having very good experience in the domain. They know about the reporting. So I have 10 plus years of or 15 plus years of expertise are going to go and collect all the information and they'll make the everything ready. Then the interviews are going to be conducted and you people are going to be joining to create a report. So by the time you join, lot of things are already done. Okay. Going to the company, going to the client and have the meeting with them, collecting lot of requirements from different people, and all these things are going to be taken already and created a one requirement document. So system requirement specification document is created. In that they will be talking about everything. Clear? So based on that, you have to study, not means you, the seniors have to study and create a proper data. So they'll give you the sample data also. Based on that, we're going to be doing the data preparation and everything will be done. Clear? So reports are always detail level information. Dashboard is high level information. So dashboard cannot be, will be multi-page dashboard. When you say like that, people will laugh at you. Dashboard cannot be created in Power BI desktop. It has to be created in the Power BI service. Now let me create a data set. Created. Now I would like to send. If I wanted to, deploy, first I have to save this data set. Save this. So this data set name is called, so I go to D drive and storing, and the data set name is what? It is iBank and employee, iBank and HR data, I can say HR employee data. Okay, data set iBank and so iBank and HR data set. Now it is a PBIX file. PBIX means it is going to be storing the data plus visualization. I don't have any visualizations, purely data. Now you will also come to know what is the size. Now all the data you have taken, now we are going to be knowing what is the size. If you wanted to know the size of your data set, so you have stored this file. Now you go to D drive, wherever you are going to be storing. You go to D drive demos, and here just now I have stored what is the size? 410 KB. Have you seen this size? So you're having only data coming from multiple tables, right? So if you wanted to know the size of the data set, so after creating the PBIX file, you should be able to know, and right click on this and go to properties also. You will be able to get 409 exact size. It is giving you 410. Clear, guys? So that is how the data set size you will understand. Now everything is ready. Now what should we do? We have to, deploy. So for deploying purpose, I have to deploy with the help of this guy. Which guy? I wanted to deploy with the help of a PBI user one. So I have to take this and log in with this guy and deploy. So how to do that? Let me go to first Power BI service. Now I want to create one data set or I can create a workspace. Clear? So data set is ready. Now, sorry, app.powerbi.com. I wanted to go to user one and password I have given already to you. Now don't show me this. Click on yes. Now I wanted to create a data set. So his name is Akhil. User one is called Akhil. So he has created some workspaces and we can create a workspace. Lot of workspaces are there. So already he has created one workspace called Flipkart. Okay. So let me go to Flipkart. I have already two data sets. Clear. Already we have deployed two data sets. Let me delete this, dashboard. Let me delete this dashboard. Clear. Already how many data sets got created? You have one sales data set, one student data set. Now I'm going to be using the same thing. Who's going to be, dumping one more data set? I'm going to be dumping by this guy. Who's the guy? User one. User one name is, what is his name? His name is, Akhil. Some name we're able to get it. His name is Akhil. So I should be able to use the existing workspace. What is a workspace? If you don't remember, you can just type it. Flipkart workspace already been created by that fellow. I wanted to use it. So I have already some data, sets. These are data sets. Content means it is a purely a reports. Clear? And all means you're going to get data sets plus what? Data set plus visualizations. So I have already two, and this is one more data set I would like to deploy. So before publishing, I have to log in. Somebody is logged in, let me sign out. So it is user one only. But if you wanted to again log into this, if you wanted to publish, you have to save. Already saved it, right? So now I wanted to go here and give this PBA user one and click on continue. I'm going to be using PBI user one and giving the password. What is the password we had given? We had given the password is India at the rate 12. This is the password. Small caps, small cases, India at the rate 12. Clear? So this is the password we have used. So registered already. You need not register all these things. Many people are asking, sir, you want me to register again? So no need of registering. Already have registered you guys. All these things are registered. Only you need to use it. So registering is not needed. Registering can be done with the help of this. And we are only creating a data set and deploying. Registering, you should not do it. Already I have done it for you. So only you should know these are the mail IDs that you can use it. So the user one, his name is what? His name is Akhil Ram. Okay. So his name is Akhil Ram. So he's the guy who's going to be deploying. Now you can see Akhil Ram, right? Now what is ready? Data set is ready. No visualizations, guys. So everything is ready. Now what should I do? I have to click on publish. So it's telling me which workspace I have to use. Look for Flipkart. Look for Flipkart. So choose this and select. In the real time, you don't have these many workspaces because many students are, creating their own workspaces. So it is taking a lot of time. So a lot of, workspaces are available in the real time. You hardly see some 5 to 10. Hardly see some 5 to 10 workspaces. Now success, this is also created. Done. Now you go after creating this, you close this. You should not create any visualization. Close this one, save this. So you have created. So you have deployed also. Clear? So what has been done? Created a data set and deploy. Let me go and refresh. When I refresh, so I should be able to see iBank and HR. Clear? But you have to give the permissions to this data sets to whom? Remaining developer. So total there are three. So who can access now? Akhil Ram, and Akhil Ram is the owner of this data set. So this guy can easily do anything. But what about these guys? You have to give the permission for all these guys. How to give the permission? So you have created the data set, then you have also deployed. Then after deploying, you have to give permission. To whom you need to give permission? To whom you need to give permissions? Remaining guys. Who are the remaining guys? These are the other people. They wanted to use your this one. So you go there and you give the permission. It's very simple. You go where to go first. Very simple. You have to go to app.powerbi.com. So that is where you have to go first, right? Since it is open, it is able to come. Now you go to workspaces. What is your workspace? You write your name, Flipkart, not Flipkart 2021. This is one. You got this. Now you have got. So this there is access. So it is very, very simple. You can provide by clicking on this access. Okay, so access button. So you have to go to workspace, step number one. Step number two, you can go to data sets. Step number two. Step number three, click on access. It's very, very simple. You should be able to perform this kind of an operation. Click on access. Now, who are the guys? So that guy names you have to know. So already we have this. So I take this user ID without space. Okay, don't take the spaces and everything. Control C, copy. You go and you go to write email address. And what is that you would like to give? This email address is invalid duplicate, or already something is available here, something like that. Okay, it is duplicated or something is done with this. Okay, so let me use this date, this one. So these are some issues with this, these three email IDs. Let me say, let me remove this and let me use this. These are the guys who are responsible for creating. Control C, and you go for already four people got assigned, right? You want to give for a new guy, you go there and give admin and click on add. So this guy name is what? User 6 only. Now the next guy is this guy. So it is very, very simple. Control C, you go, Control V. What kind of a role you would like to give is admin guy. 7 guy also can do that. Then like that, you go to access. Now you go, this guy also can do the, you can also create a reports. So what kind of a thing is also admin? Like that, you click on add, you are going to be seeing all these things, user 1, user 8, user 6, blah, blah, blah. So close. If you want to close it, you can close it. If you wanted to again get some more permissions to be added, so you can simply go there and add this guy also. It is very simple. Adding a permission is very, very simple. Clear? Not very complex. Now click on add. After that, you click close. So all these guys got added. One more guy, click on access. One more guy is this guy. So all these developers are getting the permissions to work on this, and is the also admin. Click on add. You should be able to get it. So all the guys are available. Close this. Now you can also log out and sign out. Click on the sign out. Now you're signed out of your account. It is a good idea to close the browser. Everything is fine. Clear? You should be able to give individual one by one, one by one. You better give. If you wanted to give the complete email IDs also, you can write next to that and put comma, and you can also give multiple email IDs at a time. Clear? That you can practice one. So like that, we should be able to give the permissions. So already done. So what now we need to do? Data set is ready, deployed, then give permissions ready. Now these people have to create reports. Now to create a report, whose responsibility? So I am the user 6. Now I open my Power BI desktop. First, I have to get the data. From where I have to get the data? I should not create a data locally. Already somebody is created. I have to use, see, it is showing Akhil Ram here because Akhil Ram is signed in. I don't want to use Akhil Ram. I wanted to sign out. Go here, sign out first. So I would like to sign in with user. Which user? So this is the user now, because I would like to get the data using this user. Copy, and you go and paste it. Continue. So which What is the password? It is user 6 and the password is India at the rate 1 to all or small letters. And I am now connecting to Power BI service. Skip for now. Now who's connecting? User 6 is connecting. Now what he has to get? He should not go transform the data, get the data. He has to go to get data. Instead of going SQL Server, blah, 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 he has to go to Power BI data sets. So this is the one. It is going to connect it to where? To app.powerbi.com. So you need to have internet connectivity. If you don't have internet, you will not be able to connect it to that. Clear, guys? You have to have internet connectivity. Now, these are the data set this guy has assigned the permissions. Now, what is the data set I would like to work on? So, this is the one. Okay. The user 6 is having his own data sets, plus is also assigned with some other data set. All the data sets where he can work on. I'm going to be using iBank HR. Click on create. Now I am able to get data set to the Power BI desktop. Now I have to create reports only. Now have you seen? Now something is missing. You cannot see the data now. You cannot see the data and you can create only visualizations. You cannot create any DAX. Nothing can be done now. So as of now, you should be able to do only the visualization. You can create some basic, DAX can be implemented and the one button is gone. Okay, one more button is gone. So you should be able to create visualizations. Now I create visualization. I wanted to say what is the total salary. Total salary. How do you know? Go to the employee. Now I wanted to know what is the total salary. Right? I do a lot of things there. So go here. I wanted to give the border and I wanted to uh, if you wanted to do something, you should be able to do it. Now, total salary is this. Now, again, I want to understand what is the total uh, salary is done. I wanted to know what is the transaction amount. So, transaction amount is this. So, transaction amount you're getting from this and you apply this. So, like that, you can create a lot of items. Now, I wanted to also understand uh, region wise transactions, right? There is a region name. I wanted to drag and drop something and I would like to have either customer wise, region wise, employee wise, some data I want to have it. I wanted to have employee department wise. So where is department name? Department name is here and employee wise salary I would like to show like this. Okay. So I want to go here and apply some formats. Now I wanted to simply go here and have some y-axis font need to be increased to 15 now, and I would like to apply data label so that you can see the number. Data label font also I would like to have it. I would like to say none and I wanted to have the size to let us say 15. So lot of things and I wanted to have also slicer. Okay, slicer where I wanted to implement some kind of a you know okay, so I wanted to have a slicer. So whatever you would like to implement it, you should be able to implement. For example, I would like to filter year wise or I would like to filter something else. Clear? So based on that you're going to be creating some data. So let me this is for the employee database. Okay, let me use employee database. It is a department wise salary I'm going to be having. Now I wanted to have like that gender wise salary also. I would like to create one more report. So in this, I would like to take either gender. I think we have a city also. City wise, which city guys are getting more salaries? Okay, I wanted to go here and apply format painter and lot of things are given and I would like to also have a slicer and in the slicer you can have I would like to have only gender data. So gender could be either male data or gender could be either female data. Let me go and have the border is on, then I wanted to increase the size, and let me go here. Now I wanted to have only male. So everything is getting changed. Only female. Everything is getting changed like that. You should be able to go, and all these things we'll discuss, guys. People who are new, we'll talking about all the visualizations, when to use what. So what is a slicer? Slicer is going to be filtering the data. Slicer is going to be doing filtering the data, nothing else. All these things we'll again discuss later. I would like to have male. I would like to have a female. If you wanted to select both of them, you have to use control button. Click on this. So if you wanted to remove selection, what you need to do? If you wanted to remove a selection, you have to go here. There is a eraser. So clear selection. So you can remove, you can select one, you can select this. If you wanted to select both of them, control button. And if you want to remove the selection, based on that, the slicer is filtering the data. I wanted to get only what is the salary for male employees, or what is the department name only for the male guys. I need all the male guys from all the cities, like that I can filter something. Clear? Let me have like this. So you should be able to filter, and it is going to work. It is going to work. Clear? So whatever you want to implement, you can implement. So one thing is that it is a HR report. The second one is that, so this data actually is something different. Now the next data is customers data. I would like to have one more report. Double click on this, customer wise. So who's the customer? So customer name wise, I wanted to have his balance, right? Something. So we have C balance. So I would like to have some data, and you go here, click on format painter, and you should be able to click on this. Now I wanted to know one, visualization is this. Now I wanted to have what is the total balance amount. Okay. You can simply copy this visualization, Control C and Control V. This is one visualization. Or you can simply get this visualization, and you will be able to get what is his balance. You can have it here, and you can apply the you can also apply border and everything. So a lot of things that I'm planning to have it. Clear, guys? A lot of things I'm planning to have it. Now let me drag and drop one more thing. So here I'm going to be having what is the U balance. Clear? Let me go and try to implement. And let me have one more item. I would like to implement this. And here I would like to have what is the transaction amount, right? So transaction amount I wanted to implement. So like that, what is this? What is that? Whatever you want to have it, you should be able to create a beautiful this one. And I want to create a year wise how the transactions are going on. So I can create a trending report. Now when the trending report, so normally we use year numbers and everything. So I go to transaction table. All these things we'll understand. People who are new, so don't worry about all these things. Forget about what I'm doing. You will understand all these things very, very clearly. So don't worry about year wise. So the amount, year wise amount, I wanted to say it. Whatever I'm doing, simply ignore. You think that something is going on, let it happen. So I wanted to see how you know, the sales is going on. So I have created one report. So everything is ready. Now, after creating a report, what you give? You give the borders and everything. So border is ready, everything is ready. Then you save. So these are the reports. You can say iBank and HR, not the data set. These are reports. Okay. You have to save the file. So you have to save the file. The file is saved. Now, who's the guy who's going to be deploying? The deploying is done by this guy only, right? So this is the guy who's going to be deploying now. Now we can say user 6. Now simply publish. If you wanted to publish, you have to deploy. You have to save it. So click on the publish. So do you want to save? Yes. I want it to go where? To the Flipkart only. Click on select and deploy. The reports now getting published. It is done. This is how you can close this. Now you can just go to app.powerbay.com and log in with user ID or any user who's access to that, who's having access to that, they should be able to go. For example, I can go to user 6, user 7, user 8. All people are given access to that, right? For example, user 10 wanted to see now. Okay, password is India. Now he has got a permission to that work on the Flipkart workspace. Clear? Now let me save it. Let me skip this for some days. Now you can see couple of user 10 is logged in. Now you have to go to your workspace. Which workspace? Flipkart. Why is not able to see a lot of workspaces? Because many students did not use this user ID 10. Many people have used user ID 1 only. So many people did not use it. So only we can see the workspace when you go to data sets. When you go to data set, and you will be able to find your data set. When you go to content, you will be able to get your visualization. This is the one. When you click on this, so page number 1 is this, page number 2 is this. Clear? So page number 1 is this, page number 2 is this. So tomorrow we'll see how to create a dashboard. Clear? So if you wanted to go back to your thing, you need to click on Flipkart. Okay. So if you wanted to create a dashboard, you have to have. So this is one data set. On this data set, I have created freshly this dashboard, right? So, and all the existing data set, they have created, not dashboard, they have created this kind of a reports. Okay, you can have multiple data sets, you can have multiple reports. Tomorrow, we can create a dashboard. Dashboard, if you want to create, go and you say dashboard. Build a single page data story. I told you, right? Dashboard means single page, and you can create here. When you click on this, so it is asking dashboard name, and you have to work on that. Tomorrow we'll work on the dashboard. Now, who's creating a dashboard? So this guy created a report, right? So now this guy is planning to create a dashboard because this guy has given permission to all these guys. Clear? So tomorrow we'll log in using this guy to where? To Power BI service. Dashboard can be created there. So dashboard is going to give you, high level information. So that is what we're going to be discussing in tomorrow's class. Clear? So if you have any questions, you should be able to tell me. Yeah, how to edit the data set? You can get the data sets. So how to do that? You need to get the data set back. So I will be able to get the data set back. And if you wanted to edit the data set, so however you have logged in, so people are not trying anything. That is the problem, right? So however you have created, the same way you need to get the data set, right? For example, the user 6 wanted to modify something. So you have to get the data set, right? So you go to get data, go to Power BI data sets. Now user 6 is wanted to modify because user 1 is resigned and gone. You wanted to modify this data set. So get this data set. Now I wanted to modify. Who's now modifying? This guy is created. This guy is created. Now these are the reports you have it. Now I wanted to get some data. Okay. So let me wait. It is going to take some time to get the data. Let me log in with the same user. I think it is not allowing me to add anything here, right? Now, what should we do? We have to log in, and who's created the data set. The data set creation is done by user 1. Let me go give the user 1 again. It will take some time to open the data set. So Akhil Ram is there. Now please wait. Yeah, every time you need to give your user, not you cannot change mail ID. See, always you will get only one mail ID, not multiple mail IDs, right? So you should be able to go and go here. It is now, wait 1 minute, it is hanging. Let me close this. Don't save anything. Let me open, log in with the in the companies, you will have only your user ID. You don't have any other user ID, right? So not different users for training purpose. Everything I am doing, so I have to get everything. So Akhil Ram is now logging. He has to get the data sets. What is the data set is going to be getting? So get data. So Power BI data sets. It will hang sometime. You need to give some time to settle down. Where is that is the data set? iBank HR dataset. Now you should be able to get this. If you wanted to modify, you please wait. It has to, it will enable. Please wait here. It will take some time to enable something so that you can modify the data set here. If you wanted to bring new tables, everything you should be able to done it. It is not now allowing. Wait. We should be able to get it. We can modify the data set. It is not able to give me anything. Let me do one thing. Let me open my data set. Where is the data set we have created? Let me go to the data set that we have created. So the better I think we should export the PBIX file and we should be able to add and modify. Where is the data sets? Go to demos. The data set we have created and stored it here. Let me open this data set. Okay. So if you're not able to get the live data set and modify, so the better what we do, we have whatever the data set that we have created that we can download. If the data set you don't have it, you should be able to download and you should be able to modify the things here and redeploy. So this is one thing we can do that. Yeah. So this is the data set I have it. I should be able to, work on this. If I wanted to modify something, you should be able to go and modify. For example, tomorrow I wanted to get some more data from, let us say, Excel workbook. So what I do, I will be able to go to Excel workbook and get some more data, right? I wanted to include prod sales. Prod sales is a new table I have added. Now it is having some data, sales and profit. Now I wanted to simply close and apply. Okay. So close and apply. I have modified the existing data set. Okay. So I have taken my local PBIX file. If you don't have a local PBIX file, what will you do? that we'll discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay. So I have modified, I have added the new one. I wanted to save this file save as locally, and I wanted to publish the data set. What is my data set now? Flipkart, right? So let me go to Flipkart. I wanted to use that. So replace this data set. Yes, replace it. So this is how one way, if you're having a data set that you can open it, you should be able to modify it. If you don't have the data set, you should be able to download the data set. How to download it? So we can discuss very cleanly. Now you refresh. Okay. You refresh, you should be able to get the new tables over there. Let me go to this data set. So this data set is going to be having the new tables and everything. You cannot see the tables and everything now. So we can show you tomorrow. We can get it back. We can show you. If you don't have this data set, the beauty is that you should be able to download the PBIX file. Clear? So if you don't have the PBIX file, for example, now user one is created and is deployed and it deleted the local data set. So local, this report is gone. This PBIX file is gone. So if you wanted to modify, you need to have this file locally. So how to do that? You can go and download this file from here, download this file to the local computer, and later you should be able to local file, wherever you would like to get it. You can download it to, Azure. So wherever you would like to download, you should be able to download and use that file, and you can modify and redeploy. So that is the better way. Clear? Very good, guys. Sure. So any other questions?